So raise your hand if you've got some skin creams in your cabinet. I know that often after the age of 25, most women think about their skin aging and use all kinds of face creams, eye creams, all kinds of different regimens to like keep it looking young, to keep it looking wrinkle free, to keep it looking hydrated and plump. And I mean, it's like probably $1 billion industry, right? We're sold this new cream and this new eye, application. There's so much, and it's not just women, right? Like men want to look younger too. And so I have this great question of, well, what does going alcohol free actually do for your skin? And what ways does alcohol damage your skin when you do drink it? This is so great because oftentimes this kind of stuff isn't really common knowledge. So I'll first go into sharing what alcohol does do for your skin. And, this isn't just heavy drinking. This is just routine, regular drinking has this kind of effect on not just your skin, but your entire appearance, like the way that your face and your body looks. We'll talk about your eyes and all those other things as well. So alcohol actually breaks down the collagen in your skin. It like completely breaks it down and attacks it. And so what it often does is it leads to massive dehydration in the skin and more wrinkles over time. In fact, like famous dermatologists are known for saying that like you can spot someone who's a drinker versus a not just by looking at their skin because they'll look 10 years older than they really are. And so there's this famous dermatologist that works with like celebrities, and he's like, if you want to look older, just drink, right? Because it really does make the skin like lose all of its elasticity, and then it wrinkles faster and it looks really, really dehydrated. It not only does that, but it also makes it look really sallow and can change the color of the actual skin. So it can really make it blotchy as well and puffy looking. And so, redness is another problem. So, the capillaries can actually start becoming more present. And we always think of that as like, okay, only someone who's drinking like a handle of vodka every day would have that happen. But no, actually, like the broken capillaries happen over time. And it's just this redness, this blotchiness that kind of is a flushness that appears on that skin. So it totally breaks down the collagen. It makes skin lose its elasticity, and it creates like blotchiness, sallowness. It could even look kind of more yellow than it's normally is. And then again, this is just routine, regular drinking. So like I said, a famous dermatologist often tells the stars, if you want to look older, just drink. What it also does is that because alcohol radically disrupts your REM sleep. So only one glass of wine disrupts your REM sleep. We usually have around 5 to 6 cycles of sleep where we go through slow wave sleep to REM sleep. And REM sleep is the rapid eye movement sleep where we're dreaming and our brain is getting really, really nourished in this phase. It's a very active part, but it also gets very, very nourished. And we usually go through these cycles every 90 minutes, and we have around 5 to 6 a night, give or take, right? And even just one glass of wine will reduce your body's ability to actually go into REM sleep, and you'll just stay in the slow wave sleep. And even that will become really fragmented as well. So it will reduce your normal 5 to 6 cycles down to 1 or 2. And this is like crazy because that means that even if you're sleeping the entire night, even if you're getting 8 hours, you're actually not getting the sleep that your brain and your body needs to actually feel nourished and to like regenerate and to codify all your memories and to just be healthy. They've done studies on mice where they deprived them of REM sleep, and within just 3 weeks, they all died. So REM sleep is so crucial to our health, and unfortunately, only one glass of wine actually reduces it, like I said, from the 5 to 6 cycles to the 1 or 2. And so, if you have more than one glass of wine, we know what that does to your sleep too, right? It gets really, really fragmented. You'll fall into a slow wave sleep, almost you'll be like sedated to sleep right away from alcohol. That's why a lot of people misguidedly use it to actually fall asleep, but it's not really making you fall asleep naturally. It's literally sedating you to sleep. And it'll put you into that slow wave sleep for the first half of the night. And then if you drink more than that one glass, it will be really fragmented the second half of the night. So raise your hand if you've ever woken up at 3 a.m., 4 a.m., thirsty with a pit in your stomach or just like feeling gross, burping up stuff. It doesn't feel good, and the sleep gets really fragmented and it's hard to fall asleep. So all of that also not only contributes to the dehydratedness of your skin, to the loss of collagen, to the loss of elasticity, to like more wrinkles, more sallowness, more blotchiness, but it also creates under eye circles and just makes your eyes look really, really tired, regardless, even if you think you're sleeping those 8 hours. One of my favorite things to do with clients, and everyone in my course Become Euphoric does this, is to take a picture at day 0, while they're still drinking, and compare it just 30 days later. Like, you're going to look like a different person. It really makes a remarkable difference. And I think the biggest difference not only comes from the ways that your skin does regenerate, your, healthy collagen and elasticity kind of starts coming back to you, but also your eyes. So eyes, like when we're a drinker, they get really like cloudy and almost lifeless and very, very dull. And they're not very bright. So they don't have like the whites of our eyes aren't very bright as drinkers. But when you take a break from alcohol and you go alcohol free, that brightness really comes back. So you have this face that's like completely changed. It's completely changed. It goes from looking dull, lifeless, dehydrated, wrinkled, tired, sallow, blotchy to radiant, like glowing, like to actually looking 10 years younger in so many cases. That's the thing. These before after pictures that I'm so heartened to see, they shock me. Sometimes I feel like I'm looking at a completely different person. And my pictures are kind of crazy too. Like, I look like a completely different woman because of the way I used to look as a drinker compared to today. Like, there's so many changes. And so Ned says, a huge difference, 7 months alcohol free. Like, yes, I can imagine. And I love those before and after photos. And another like last point I'll make is that there's often also too a difference between how alcohol is affecting your metabolism. And so it does lead to extra weight gain over time. And so while some people, like, you can see the difference in their face, it's not so much like, okay, massive like weight loss necessarily, but it's just like a recomposition. So it's like the puffy parts aren't so puffy, and it really like just, you look glowing, you look amazing, and it just really highlights the best of your features, and you look great. I remember when I was just a few months alcohol free, I think 4 months alcohol free, I was telling some of my friends, but I wasn't like telling everyone in the world. And I had coworkers at work literally tell me I looked like a teenager. And it was like funny because like they had no idea what I was doing. You know what I mean? So if you took a break this January, I like completely commend you to like congratulate you first of all, but take a photo of yourself right now and compare it to the last drinking photo you had. And if you're still drinking right now, like this is something that can really motivate you to like want to see the difference. Like, why not? It's just 30 days, 60 days, whatever you decide is a perfect container for you. You'll see a massive difference in the way that you look. Ned also says it's hard to look at old pictures of my face. I feel the exact same way. Like there sometimes isn't even like that huge of a difference. It's not like I lost 100 pounds or something, but there was this like real, honestly, I kind of looked lifeless before. Like there was this dullness in my eyes. I looked really insecure. I looked really like I was trying to prove something to the camera. I always looked like really kind of smug, and my face was like flushed and dehydrated, and I just didn't look very healthy. And today, like, I'm happy. And today you can see myself like glowing and smiling. And today I feel amazing in my skin. And obviously there are those physical benefits that I was talking about, like alcohol will block your collagen, it will create wrinkles, it will create sallowness, blotchiness, and make your eyes look lifeless. So the physical attributes improve, right? But there's also just the mental part of that piece too. Like when you are happy, you look happy, and your face looks radiant, and you're really do glow. And that's another part of the alcohol-free lifestyle, is that you get to stop drinking a drink that literally lowers all of your happiness neurotransmitters. It lowers your GABA, your serotonin, and your dopamine over time. And so when you don't drink it, you actually allow your brain to recalibrate. And now it's kind of a misnomer to just think like you remove alcohol and then it'll be butterflies and rainbows after that. No, there's going to be some stuff to work through. There's going to be emotions to work through. You're going to have to learn how to develop new kind of skills about how to talk back to your inner critic and manage negative thoughts. But then also design a life that you like. Design rituals in your day that make you happy, whether that's a gratitude practice or journaling or meditating or doing personal growth, or actually going on the journey of accomplishing what you really want with the dearest thing on your heart, to feel more fulfilled and feel more purposeful with your day. So it's like it's a big journey. There's a lot of changes that happen. It's not just removing the alcohol, but it's so worth it. It's so worth it to put in the structures in your life to actually make yourself feel happier. Put in the tools that you need to, change your perspective and change the state of your brain without resorting to a drink that's only going to change it for 20 minutes and then it's going to damper it. It's going to release all these negative stress hormones into your brain that will just make it feel worse over time. Okay, back to your appearance though. So top dermatologists, they joke, they work with the stars, and they say if you want to look older, just drink. Drinking will make you look about 10 years older because of the way that completely breaks down collagen and the elasticity of your skin, and so it makes it very dehydrated. It makes it very wrinkly. You can often tell when someone drinks versus when someone doesn't just because of the way it looks on their skin. And what's really cool is that even if you've been drinking for decades, the effects of going alcohol-free manifest within just months. Like, you'll see a difference in just 30 days. You'll see a huge difference in 60 days. Keep it going, and the face just continues to get brighter and more radiant and more, like, plump and elastic, and your eyes look alive. The whites of your eyes will come back. It's just incredible what a break will do for you. So it's kind of a paradox that we'll be willing to spend so much on our beauty, on the face creams, on the masks, on all the like different spa treatments, all the stuff that women do to keep our skin from looking older. And a break from alcohol is probably the best thing you could ever do. And really looking at that habit and really looking at, why do I have this habit in the first place? How can I change this pattern? And how can I adopt a life that just makes me happy without resorting to this escapist kind of tendency? So that's a lot there. If you have any other questions about how alcohol affects your appearance or, your body composition, there's a lot of physical effects that it does. Alcohol is carcinogenic and it's toxic. And we kind of forget that some days because everybody's drinking and we have to kind of absorb that it must not be that bad for us, because why else would this be such a normal thing? But when you really look into the science of it, it's not. It doesn't have to be a normal thing for you. Alcohol really does disrupt so many natural processes in your body. It makes you sadder over time. It changes the way you look. It heightens your risk for cancers and heart disease and things like that. And it takes a huge toll on your body to be able to to detoxify it literally and to be able to bounce back from it. And we know that, right? Because we feel it. We don't feel good the next day. And so all of these things can really, really help kind of motivate you to see what will I feel like? How will this manifest for me when I'm not putting this toxin into my body? And, the physical benefits it's amazing with the more energy, with feeling better, with looking better, but it just keeps growing from that, especially as you continue focusing on your personal growth, learning how to manage your emotions, learning how to design your life in a different way, make shifts in your life, and to really just start stepping into who you were meant to be. Not the person who plays small and hides in a comfort zone and, withdraws from the world when things get hard, but the person who steps in and plays big and really takes even risks to go for what they really want in this world, in this planet, and find what their deepest passion and purpose is. It's so worth it, I promise. So Ned says, I wrote a dream for my body 7 months ago. My eyes shine, my skin glows, which seemed cheesy to me at the same time, but it's actually happening. Yep, I bet your before and after photos are just incredible. And it's not to say that the before photos are oh my God, everyone looks so ugly in the before photos, but it's just something magically changes. It's so you get so much more radiant when you take a break. It really does change the look of your skin, your eyes, and the way your soul comes across, right? Because your soul is happy as well. Kristen says, I look forward to looking younger than all my friends. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. It's gonna happen, I promise you. Oh, great to see you, Merle. Well, thank you guys all for joining. I hope that was helpful. A little short today, but if you're interested in the effects of how alcohol affects the skin in Become Euphoric, I think it's in day 30 we talk about it, and just other things about appearance. And it's really interesting to look at those before and after photos. You can Google them, you can find them in the groups, and you can also just compare yourself. And like I said, if you're drinking right now, why not try it? Why not take a photo of yourself today and challenge yourself to go 30 days just to see the difference in how you look? You will be amazed. All right, I'll see you next time. Hope you have a lovely week.